What's up, fellas? It's your boy Schema back with another episode for the Dynasty. Here to talk about teams to watch for the high stakes season, which is next season. Couldn't do it alone. Got your boy on the show, Taz. What's up, Taz?
What's good, Schema? What's
What's
happening?
going on? What's going on, man? Bengals. I see the Bengals doing work. Got tied on the show with the Dolphins. What's going on?
I'm good, man. What's up?
All right, and got one more guy on the show, Solomon Kane. What's going on, man?
What up?
I see the Titans making
What up? What up?
improvements.
Hell no, they not. We still shit ball.
I
It's all good though, baby. We gonna bounce back, man. 21. I'll be back.
heard that.
We
All right, all
we
right. Thanks for joining the
this one
show. First team we're gonna talk about. This guy's been dominating the whole time. Even before we made a trade, he won the Super Bowl. Come high stakes when everybody gearing up for the postseason. Will the Green Bay Packers be back in the postseason for high stakes? Tight, you played him in the Super Bowl. It was a good game. Will he be back come high stakes, or will it be a little too tough for him?
Yeah, he's been in the playoffs every year since this cycle, so I don't see no reason why the last season he don't make it. You know what I'm saying? And he got a stock team thanks to the New York Jets. But that's a difference.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he gonna be back.
Really? Okay. Okay. He was winning Super Bowls way before that trade. How about you, Taz? Yeah, he's definitely not a fluke, you know.
No,
Um,
I mean, he's been consistent all cycle. So, I mean,
Right.
he's been putting together that Marvel superheroes roster over there with all those fireworks on the field. And, I ain't gonna lie, I've helped contribute to that, but at the same time, the trades that I made with him has helped me. But it's helped my roster, but it hasn't helped my play. So, but back to the Packers. Yeah, he's definitely gonna be there.
okay. All right, Solomon McCain, you definitely think the Packers are for real. You said
Oh
good
hell
things
yeah,
about him.
no.
So
No doubt.
I think he basically, will be there with ease. But it's gonna be a lot of teams gunning for their teams. Like you want the
He's a man to
Saints.
beat.
So he gonna be back there for sure, right?
Oh yeah, he gonna be back there for sure.
All
That's the
right, all
man to
right.
beat, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up, it is what it is.
Okay, the next team we're gonna talk about, the Houston Texans. Solomon McCain knows a lot about the Houston Texans. Uh, do you think right now the Houston is gonna fall apart, or he just gonna keep going strong and perhaps even gets to the Super Bowl during the high stakes season?
I think he gonna keep growing strong, man. Addy is smart. He know how to put together a roster. You know his he know the trades to make. You know he just a good player, a good all around coach. He makes smart decisions on the field. Don't turn the ball over a lot. I mean, he ain't going nowhere but up, bro. I don't think he going down no time soon.
Oh, I definitely
Straight
think
up.
I definitely agree.
Got a
What about
good
you,
team.
Taz? You think Houston definitely be a candidate to go back to the playoffs to secure probably even Elite Eight status? What you think?
I mean, he's been doing another one, been doing it all cycle, been consistent.
Yeah.
The one thing that could hurt him going into high stakes is a few of his key players have gotten older,
Uh huh.
and those injuries are starting to kick in. So, it's going to be one of those things that you're just going to have to watch during high stakes to see can he keep his team healthy. Now, not saying that is going to keep him out of the playoffs, but it's that one bump in the road that could throw a wrench in everything and kind of just keep him looking from the outside in.
I would agree with that. Tiger has a chance to probably meet him in the championship, come high stakes season. Tight word. Is there anything that can stop Addy from getting a playoff berth?
Yeah, yeah, it's something that can stop him.
What's that?
Addy, cause,
For real.
cause,
That's about it.
cause I was looking at this division, man. I think he's gonna run through the division like he has been all cycle, you know. And SJ try to win, but I don't think SJ gonna be the one that counts. So no, he'll be back in the playoffs come high stakes.
I agree with that. Back to the pack. I think the key player you have to stop is Pollard, and I think the key player for the Texans you got to stop it's definitely Deshaun Watson. Them guys gonna be fighting for the MVP. Unless teams toughen up and find a way to force them guys to do different things to beat them. This might be a
Yeah.
surprise guy for you, but I don't think so. I think once the Redskins had the draft and Chase let the linebacker spot went to the Redskins, I think Under has taken it up to another notch. Okay, my thoughts on Under. I really think Under can really get a playoff berth. Can he get to Elite Eight? I don't see it, but definitely a playoff berth. Uh, you talked to Under quite a bit, tight. Is there a slim chance he get to the playoffs?
Yeah, it's always a slim chance, but I don't
Hmm.
think it's gonna happen. Others just been so inconsistent this cycle. You know what I mean? And then nobody in that division can be expert. So if he can squeak out a couple wins versus everybody else in the division, yeah, it's a slim chance he can make it. But I, I don't know what under gonna show up for high stakes. You know what I mean?
I'd agree with that. Taz said something earlier about being inconsistent. Can I mean you got Geis on that team. Geis gonna be the leader. Um, who has to step up, Taz, on the Redskins in order for it to be, the Redskins have a chance to shock people, like I think he will.
I mean, for any team in the dynasty to make the playoffs is you're gonna have to do well in your division for one, and then your out of division games like you got to show up on all three phases of the game, and it's kind of hard to depend on one little thing to get you into the playoffs. I mean, looking at
Right.
Under's roster, also a lot of his key players, they at that 29-year-old mark. So, going
Yeah.
into high stakes, they're gonna be 30.
Right.
So, will that injury monster rear its head on Under or anybody else? Going into high stakes. So, I don't know. That run game, it can be tough, but you gotta have a little balance. I mean, even Tight has a little balance going on his offense. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
you know,
Real
so
talk.
we'll see.
That's facts.
All right. Solomon, can you know a thing or two about defense, especially from the past? Under's been forcing fumbles lately and getting picks. He's been surviving off of that. Come high stakes time, I think it might continue. Definitely, great front seven. I think McLaurin, a thing about receivers that go under the radar. Can McLaurin have a breakout season, help him get over that hump?
McLaurin for the Redskins.
Yeah. Can McLaurin have a
Can
1,000 yard season? Because like Taz said, you got to play in all phases of the game. I think McLaurin is the X factor.
Me
Along
too.
with the other receivers he has too. What do you think? You think he
Yeah.
can have a monster season, or under just gonna be under and play good defense, wait on fumbles, and run the ball with guys? Nothing else.
He gonna have to throw that ball. Guy is good, but you gonna have to throw that ball, dog.
All
In
right.
this division, with expert not giving up too many big run plays, especially playing against him. So he gonna have to use that 90 full speed, and he gonna have to use that 96 speed from Connor Wade. So yeah, so if he can stretch the field and call the right plays, absolutely. I mean, dude got 95 catching, man. He can catch any damn thing. So yeah, he got good size. I definitely think he could be an X factor for this team for the offense.
Okay, I agree.
So
Okay,
yeah,
moving right along to Sweets. Who knows a thing or two about receivers? Got Isabel, you know, got Bryant, got Kirk. I think he's gonna be back there automatically. I mean, he doesn't have to deal with nine at a time. Ty, you know a lot about Sweets. You guys conversate about football all the time. Is Sweets a sure in, for sure thing in to the playoffs come high stakes season?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. He well, he's always his offense is always top 10. He can throw the ball and run the ball. And then he got that boy Manning that he got in the second round.
Woo!
The league MVP. This cycle, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, sweet. Hey, he got two easy wins in his division every year. I mean four, and all he got to do is win what 7 games after that, and he's in. Yeah, so I think he'll be in the playoffs, whether he be Elite Eight come time, because before Sweets got into the DML, we called him Sweets. Sweet
Uh
Marino, because he get to the
huh.
playoffs and never win.
huh.
He
So
getting there.
he gonna be in the playoffs, guaranteed.
Yeah, yeah. Manning is a monster, man.
Oh yeah.
Manning is a dog, boy.
He is a beast, bro. Unstoppable force. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
he
he added Bryant.
vicious.
Taz
He
know a thing or
vicious.
two about getting to the quarterback when he had Atkins. Do you think Bryant and along with Manning is enough to at least get into the Elite Eight during the high stakes season?
I mean, Manning alone has been
I'm telling
a force to reckon with.
you.
Like, so
You
besides,
got Hunter right now.
he just got a nice squad overall. He got a nice,
Yeah.
well
Do
balanced squad,
X Factors all over the place.
you
Oh yeah.
know. So, and he plays consistent ball. So
Yes.
he's just gonna be there. Period.
All right. You agree, Solomon Kane? Is there anything
Yes,
that can
sir.
stop him?
Nah, I don't think so, brother.
I
You
would
talking
agree.
about? Yeah, I think, man, I think Sweets can take it far. I think he deserved to get him one, dog. He been
Yeah, he
getting
need a
there.
ring, dog. You need a ring. Yeah.
I definitely think he deserved to get him one this year, bro.
All right. Moving on to the next team who's been to the Super Bowl twice, lost to the Packers twice. Even before I made a trade with him, Bruce has a nice, formidable team.
Yeah, my nigga Bruce.
Bruce got Ward. I mean, he got Miles
Woo-wee.
Garrett. That's a lot to worry about.
Yes,
Making me think
Lord.
about picking the Rams next season with Donald and Ramsey. Is Cleveland gonna choke in the playoffs because the Steelers are right there? HBO take them down to the wire. You got a lot of teams that's gonna be fighting for that. That one legitimate team come draft day. All right, Ty, you battle
Yeah.
this guy real hard every time. Is Bruce just a fluke? Is the ball bouncing his way, or is he really, really a great mental and physical player?
What you mean battling? He blew me out the last couple times we played. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm trying to tell
hey,
you.
he got a squad, but that division is Chris Murray starting to get back. He done parked the tank away again,
Yeah.
so he's winning. Taz been low key putting the team together. HBO gonna do HBO and finish last in the
Yeah,
division.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Woo!
this now is he gonna? You
Let him.
know what I'm saying? Because in the AFC, the only way to guarantee the playoffs is to win your division. Because there's been some teams that had double-digit wins that don't make it.
Oh, I
So,
know that
Right.
feeling.
so he got to win his division. The division is kind of tough. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I think he gonna squeak out of being in the playoffs come high stakes. But hoping that he don't got no injuries because he got his team is top heavy.
Oh yeah.
But it started tailing off with the depth. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple pieces here and there, but that the depth might kill him if he started taking on injuries. But yeah, I think Bruce is gonna be in the playoffs come high stakes.
Absolutely.
All right, Taz, you play this guy twice a year. Is there a
Mhm.
chance that the three guys in that division, can make some noise? We know the Steelers gonna be there in the end. Can you and HBO find a way to strike out a win against the Cleveland Browns to slow him down, or he just too tough to overcome this cycle?
I play him close, and it just never fails. Like the first 3 quarters, we'll have a nice game, and that fourth quarter, either my boys just lock up and choke, or I don't know. Just Bruce just takes over the game. Couple plays here, couple plays there, and next thing I know, I go from game being tied to down by 28. So,
Yeah, all it takes is a
you
pick or
know,
two, and that's it.
he's put
Yeah.
together a very well balanced team on both sides of the ball, and yeah, he just plays good ball. Another good consistent baller.
I
Yeah.
agree. Now Solomon McCain, he's playing ball like he used to play in the past. You just haven't showed up recently, like
Yeah.
Chris Murray said on a couple of shows. Run the ball, play good
Yeah.
defense,
Shit.
and then when you pass the
Yeah.
ball, you make them pay. You know,
Yeah.
is there a chance that he can continue this, or
Yeah.
what's in Bruce's way from getting to the Elite Eight to making sure that he gets a top 8 pick? What's in the way?
Bruce. Bruce in his way. If he could just play the way he played, Bruce is a real smart. He take his time and call his plays, and
Yeah,
he
sound
he, he
like
don't
you.
get he don't yeah he and he don't he don't get too excited, man. Bruce take his time and run each play. If he can just do that and focus on not turning that ball over, just take care of that ball, man, and just play his game. He plays some good, solid defense. So if he can continue to do that, bro, and and keep his team pretty healthy, I think I think he can take it. He can take it off. Me personally, I got him picked for the Super Bowl this year. You know what I'm saying? I
Not a
think he's
bad
gonna win
pick.
it all.
I'll say Elite Eight at least, unless somebody go
Yeah.
down. My take on that team will be the quarterback. I mean, I think everything is in place, but just hoping the quarterback don't throw let a couple of
Yeah,
balls get away from him. He'll be fine. But
yeah. I
yeah,
don't see
he
him go
definitely
too
got the
deep.
formula to win. All right, the Jaguars
Mm-hmm.
got the formula to win too. To play great defense, led by Ramsley and Allen on the D line. Mack is a beast. You play this guy twice a year, Solomon Kane.
Yeah.
Um, is SJ going? Is the competition gonna get too tough for SJ?
I think SJ, he might make it to the. He definitely gonna make it to the playoffs, but I don't think SJ gonna deal with them big dogs they gonna have over there. You know what I'm saying? Sitting with that number one seed, I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he's gonna be able to compare him and Addy. They've been playing some tight games, but in the playoffs, I think Addy he turned to a whole different monster in the playoffs. He played different. He kind of turned a super Addy a little bit. He haven't been really getting to the big dance, but he always in the same place every year. So I don't think SJ gonna be able to deal with Addy. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. But SJ got what it take
All
if
right.
he can get some more play calling, if he can add a couple more plays and get a little bit more creative on offense. His defense solid,
Great
but
defense. Yeah.
yeah. But if he can get a little bit more creative on offense, I think he probably can make a little get past Addy. I don't know.
All
So
right,
we'll
Ty.
see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Ty. Leonard Fournette seems to get hurt very often, like most of the backs around the league. Without Leonard Fournette, can SJ still secure a playoff berth, with or without?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think he got the deepest running back core in the league right now.
Yeah,
He
he
got
do.
like three of them that he can throw at you. But
Hmm.
the outside the top dogs that he lose to, everybody else he pretty much have an easy time with because nobody can get past his defense. Because he
Right.
got
Right.
some stars on defense and he got a couple running backs. If Fournette go down, there's another guy ready to step up and ball.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, he gonna it's gonna be tough on, but I got him paid to go to the playoffs again. He's done made it all cycle. Like I'm gonna say it again, they division. Solomon Kane need to step it up, man.
Yeah, I do, dog. I'm trying, bro.
Hey.
I ain't lying. I be trying, dog, but it just don't go
Yeah.
right for me. But it is what it is.
All right, Taz. SJ has been a solid player, even without running the ball. I mean, that defense just gets sacks and interceptions all the time.
Yes,
What's
indeed.
the hurdle? What's the hurdle? I mean, is he gonna choke? Because SJ, if you go cold on offense, hey, because we know Hosticks is a different season. He got to
Yeah.
mix it up or whatever. Can't will SJ go cold or we stay hot and make the playoffs?
SJ is gonna go into high stakes probably a little lukewarm because
Luke.
he
Yeah. Lukewarm, boy.
Yeah.
lukewarm. Yeah,
Mm.
he's deep at running back on
Yeah.
offense, and then he really lucked out in the draft and got the young QB, but he does not have a wide receiver core.
hmm
And then, he has one good tight end that's going to be 30 going into high stakes.
All right.
Um, so, he has a good defense though,
Yes,
but,
indeed.
you got to put points on the board.
Yep.
And on the offensive side, like, you just can't run a whole bunch of points up. You got to be
Mm-mm.
able to throw some in there too. So
Oh yeah. Oh
it,
yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what he does this off season to try to address that. But uh, I'll put it this way, he's straddling the line. He's there, and he's been making it to the playoffs, but
Okay.
it's going to be tough going into high stakes because you got Solomon Kane, who his team his team is nasty, quiet nasty. So
Mm.
I know it's just me. I'm shit water. I
Yeah, it
got
was
it.
Hey,
30,
hey,
34-30 the last
They
game. thirty-four
classy.
thirty,
They getting there though. They getting
Getting
there. They
close.
getting there.
yeah, yeah.
It took a whole 6 seasons to get us.
It took a whole cycle. Hey, but you know what?
Still smell like shite.
Yeah.
That's
Shite.
why Dynasty is designed the way it is. You know,
Right,
high
right.
stakes is the season that really matters. And
Hmm.
you know, yeah, you can be shit water all cycle, but all of a
Yeah,
sudden you show up high stakes, shit.
yeah.
That's all that
Uh,
matters.
I know. I'm
That's what I'm
praying. That's what
hoping for
happened.
with my Bengals, boy.
Hell
We
yeah.
struggle all
Me too.
cycle and we just show up in high stakes.
Yeah.
That's all I
Let me
need.
get them Saints. Let me get them Saints. You
Yeah,
know
let
what
me
I
get my
mean?
Bengals back. That's all I want.
I
I
heard that.
don't
Well, the
know.
Bengals gonna have to play this.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And the Bengals have to see this team twice a year too. Come high stakes. I got this guy as a
Ooh.
potential favorite to go to Super Bowl. This man, I mean, he got a better system, better playbook. Oh man, look out! The Steelers are for real.
Hmm. Yeah, they
Now
deep.
they deep. Steelers got
Yeah.
Bush at middle linebacker. If
Yes,
Matt
sir.
retires, I still think the Steelers can cause some noise. But if Matt retires, he probably won't go to the Super Bowl. He'll go to the playoffs though. He got Juju locked up to a big 6-year deal. McGowan is a quarterback. As long as the ball don't get away from him, Chris Murray, the OG, he got the plays to call. Can is it okay, Tyke? Is he a candidate to go to the Super Bowl, or he just gonna fall flat and have an average season?
He's gonna fall flat and have an average season. He'll make the playoffs, but nah, I don't see him going to the Super Bowl. Okay, no matter how deep he parked that tank
Yeah.
inside the garage, eh,
Yeah.
that shooting come
God.
out during the playoffs and he falls short. You know what I mean?
Mm. Get
So
nervous, huh?
yeah, he gonna get there. He got some nice pieces on his team. His defense is is legit. You know what I
Whew.
mean? But I say
Got
make the
Ford at running
playoffs.
back.
I say make the playoffs, but to go to Super Bowl, that's a stretch for me, man. Because
All
there's
right.
some dogs over in the AFC, but he'll get to the
Yeah, some
playoffs.
dogs.
And I know Taz ain't scared of this guy. So Taz, can you be the hurdle for this guy to get over and take his spot from him?
Hold on. I think so. I think, you know, looking over his roster, he's another one who got a bunch of players at some key position that are old. And, you know, they're around that age where they retire. And one thing I've noticed about the OG in the off seasons lately is he's been filling his roster with a bunch of just Jags, just a guy. There's a bunch of
All right.
Jags, you know, backing up these big names, and so the question will be
That's
going
true.
into high stakes: who retires? You know, the regression? Who does that hit hard? And how does Murray deal with that?
Yeah.
So
'Cause
I plan on, you know, I'm trying to get one, if not both, of the games during the season. But if I can get one of them, that can knock them out, you know, of the playoff race. So
yeah.
All right, Solomon Kane.
What up,
You
brother?
like, I mean, you like a lot of players on the Steelers. What player stands out, to you on that defense that can lead them back to the playoffs?
Man, well, you know, the heart of the defense, gonna be Bush first of all.
Yeah,
Bush is the anchor right there, and then you go in the secondary, you got some good players. Still, I like him too. He
me
nice, he
too.
real nice. Got some good speed, good size. I mean, man, dude is a beast, bro. I like him for sure. Flowers gonna step it up. He gonna do what he do. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, nice man. I mean, if his running back, well, we talking about defense, but I was looking at his running back. I love that running back, but if that running back go down, dog, man,
I
he
know.
gonna have to put somebody in that damn backfield, dog.
He ain't never lied.
He might have to go see SG or something, cause man, it,
Before
it
take
ain't
a
gonna
break, the
cut
other
it,
guy
dog.
couldn't even get a yard.
Yeah, them boys slow as my life. I'm talking about super slow. So, but as far as the defense though, man, them boys they solid, bro. Secondary off the chain.
All right. So yeah, you heard it from me. I got this guy
Yeah.
along with like y'all said, the Green Bay, Cleveland, Arizona, Texans.
Mm,
I got this guy. He right in that class going to the high stakes. I feel like right now he made the switch at coach right on time. But moving on to the next team, some of you guys probably disagree, just like you said about under. That's why I have these teams in the middle. They like in the middle of the pack with a chance to knock off some of the heavyweights. Um, the Lions, Bino. This guy's winning right now at the right time. He's beaten the Packers before. Um, he got busting his way. It's gonna be real tough. It's gonna be real tough. But he got Samuels, Galladay still balling for him. All right, Taz, you know a few things about having receivers. You know that Detroit team real well. Is it strong enough to at least get a playoff berth?
The Lions, I don't think the Lions ready yet.
All right, all right, all right.
I think he plays well,
Mm-hmm.
but he's still trying to find his way in the dynasty. Not to mention, he came over and took over a team. So he
Right.
didn't truly build the team from the beginning of the cycle.
True.
So, he's done real well with what he has to work with. But as we all know, high stakes is a whole different animal.
It is.
Once that snitching start, I've watched some of his gameplay and I've seen some suspect things that could go either way as far as a violation. So I'm just gonna say tighten up that ship because the guys in the dynasty will let you know when you messed up.
Right. All right, Ty, you played this guy not too long ago. It seemed like you guys was going back and forth, scoring on each other. I think if there's anything that, is going to stop this guy, is giving up a lot of points at times. I mean, you and Bus put 40 plus points on him. Is that going to be his downfall, trying, get a playoff berth going into high stakes?
Well, we gonna keep this short and sweet. I don't think he gonna be in there. I don't. You can name the players, all the great players he got locked. Sam Hughes.
Galladay.
Hey, just give him a name. Dang, yo, he ain't making it. But he need to speed up, man. I think he plays too slow. And that right there takes him out of his game because he's trying to make too many adjustments, and then I think sometimes he forget about what he want to do. Nah, but he ain't gonna go there, man. I ain't gonna even stay on this one long. He know.
All right, Solomon Kane, you probably think
He
he's not
bought
going to
him
go
off the
either.
ship.
Is that true? He not going?
I don't think he gonna go because of who in his division. He Taz said. He just came in a dynasty, trying to feel his way around. But I don't think his team not bad, and I just think he don't have what it takes to beat. Now, I do a good player. I played with him in the blueprint. He was in my division, so we used to play each other a lot.
All right.
We had some good battles, but yeah, he a nice player. I just don't think he gonna make it right now. You know what I'm saying? Next cycle, I think he gonna be around though.
All right. The next team. Okay, I got you. Next team we're going to talk about. This team is kind of interesting. I mean, this guy definitely you definitely don't want on your schedule. Come high stakes. But his team's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. He just lost DeMarcus Lawrence, and now he's on the Jags team, who just got stronger. Can Expert
Man,
take
tell
the
me
scraps he got left and get a playoff berth type?
Yes. Next.
I think he's gonna be there too, but it's gonna take some
Yeah,
serious coaching. I think he's gonna be there too. It's gonna take some coaching. Is there anything that he's done, Taz, that could prevent him from getting a playoff berth?
Um, Somehow slipping up and not beating everybody in his division. That's the only way. I mean, but so far,
they
even with the roster he has, he's beaten up on his division every single time. So there you go. There's your playoff berth.
All
Yeah,
right. So all
yeah.
right.
I even got him going. He gonna be in the Elite Eight also. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, expert good man. He gonna be there.
Okay. So okay, Solomon Kane, you think he has a guaranteed spot for the Elite Eight just because he's a great owner user?
Yeah, he a good player. He know what he doing. He plays Madden shit a lot, so I think he
Yeah,
definitely expert play a lot of Madden, bro.
yeah,
So he gonna be around. His team ain't bad. Yeah, he definitely gonna be around in the
yeah.
playoffs.
But I think,
Unless
hmm
what you call him step up, underrated. But I think he gonna make it though.
yeah. I mean, definitely a guy you don't want on your schedule. He got Van Der Esch, Jaden Smith out right now, but he'll be back when it counts. Just those two linebackers alone can win games. But moving on to another team
Yep.
that knows a thing or two about linebackers has Raekwon Smith. You know, he got Baker, McMillan still sitting around, Van Ginkel even still
Uh-oh.
holding on by a thread. Okay,
Mhm.
I play tight quite a bit. Man, this team is strong. Even if you have an injury, he's ready. It's gonna be a tough team to beat. I got him at least a lock for the playoffs. Can he make the Elite Eight? He should, and definitely a candidate to be in the FC Championship game with a chance to go Super Bowl. You agree with that, Solomon Kane? Because he beat me every time. I only beat him like once this cycle. So yeah,
Yeah.
you think Tight was to hold on to that division title and perhaps get a bye week?
Oh yeah, definitely. Tight guy, man. Tight. He got experience in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure he don't get no butterflies. So, uh, his team solid. Yeah, Tight got what it takes for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be like Tight actually. Shit.
Right.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
this
trying
not a
to follow.
Gatorade commercial.
I'm trying to look up to Tight. I want to be like Tight, not Mike. Mike want to be like Tight. Be like Tight.
Hey
You
man,
know what I'm
you
talking
know
about?
I'm too dark to blush, right?
Shit, I'm black too. I'm dark as a motherfucker. I'm black as hell. But yeah. Tight a beat, man. Tight a veteran, man.
Oh yeah,
Tight been
Tight will be
around
there.
and plenty of battles. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
looking
he
forward
battle with
to
the
it.
best
I'm
of them.
looking forward. Even if I don't make it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some fun watching the playoffs. I'll be there.
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Woo!
real good.
I'm to my ordering
It's gonna
pizza
be
at the
real good.
door. I hope I
Oh,
can
I'm gonna
watch
have my
Taz in one of these playoff
Heinekens.
games.
Hey, bro. Taz got it, bro. Taz got it. Me and Taz just, sometimes he just get a bad hand, bro. Sometimes you play them games, you
Right.
just get a bad hand, though. Sometimes it just don't
Hmm.
go your way. You know what I'm
Fumbles
saying?
and stuff.
We got to fight for
Oh yeah,
our
Taz gonna
wins.
fight.
You know what I'm saying?
He gonna fight. I
Wins
can't
just
wait to
don't
see.
fall in our hands like that. We got to fight for them damn wins. Can't be like tight.
Right.
Well,
Okay, Tight.
hey,
All right,
Addy,
Tight.
them niggas just got the Madden guards on his side. But yeah,
Oh
go
yeah.
ahead, bro. Go
All
ahead.
right, Tight. Any
My bad.
concerns about your team? I mean, you know, besides fumbling the ball. I mean, you don't fumble that much, but you know how this game is. I think that's the only thing that can stop you. If Matt say, "Hey, we want Tight to fumble on this drive," is there any concerns about you not going to the Super Bowl?
no, because my division make it easy for me. They just give me a free pass every year.
Ooh, boy, I know that'll go.
Wow.
Boy, I
So,
know you want boy.
for
Yeah, go ahead, though.
I'm just saying, man. They
Just keeping it real.
all of them
Keep it
some
real.
good dudes. They
Yeah.
cool, like HBO say. I respect them, but they need to step up, man. They making it too easy for me. Schema be dreaming up plans to beat me. Then he be like, oh no, Tyke, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this one, make you think you better than what you is. But
Nah.
but
See, all
but
them
we know
driving.
so. But I like my team. I like my team.
I do too,
I
man.
got a
Well
big
built.
weakness at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And then my defense saved me. They light up like a Christmas tree. It's 4th of July every time
Mhm.
you play me. Bars.
Shit, man. All my cornerbacks were 6'2". Golly, all of them
Yeah,
motherfuckers 6'2".
yeah. They
God damn.
So yeah, I think I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? When I do, because like I said, some heavy hitters in the AFC. So it's gonna be hard to get to the bowl, but I get to the playoffs for sure.
All right, Taz. Is there anything you know bad about the Dolphins? Seems like it's all good things. Got a good secondary, good receivers, D line, linebacker, quarterback he can work with. Is there anything bad about this team? I mean,
Well,
I don't see no negatives.
I mean, Tight pointed the negative out himself. Is his one weakness is that QB position. You
Yep.
know,
No,
He
uh,
ain't bad though.
Josh Allen. Can he stay healthy for the rest of the cycle? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I set him up against the Jets trying to get a scenario and got him hurt, but
ooh,
we'll
mm,
see,
we'll be
yeah,
more careful come high stakes.
Yeah, you know those scenarios be having you play different, boy.
Mr. Balaj
Woo,
gonna
you
take
ain't
care of
never
that.
lied.
Mr. Balaj, don't worry about it. Mr. Balaj gonna take care of all that.
I told Skimmer that he don't want to listen to me. Skim
Mm,
asked me who I cannot live without. I told him, oh, Kalen.
mm.
Kalen make things happen.
Yeah, he a
Yeah,
monster.
he does.
Oh yeah,
He
he
a dog.
nice. All right, this guy's no stranger to the postseason. He definitely gonna be a candidate to win it all. So he should be in the Elite Eight. But even if you make it to the playoffs, you might lose and not even get to the Elite Eight. We're talking about Niner time. This guy's a beast right now. And like you just said, something about Solomon Kane said something about cornerbacks. Streeter, guy had like 19 picks one season. Nine times flies around the ball. He stays active. He can get in a high scoring game. He can shut you out, blow you out. I think it depends on which nine times shows up. But this is the time he shows up. Do you think right now nine times going to show up to make sure he get his hands on the Niners? Taz.
I think he's gonna do everything in his power to make it so. Um, he has been he's been balling. He won a Super Bowl what year two
Yep.
was it? Um,
Mm-hmm.
but he hasn't made it back to the big dance since. Now he's been in the playoffs. Um, now ever since he made that trade and got Josh Rosen,
All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's really stepped up. So it's going to be interesting to see. I think he'll make the playoffs, but how far will he go is the question.
I think if the receiver crew doesn't decline on him, he'll be all right. I mean, you just got rid of Corey Davis, Solomon Kane. Do you think those receivers will stay strong enough for that high power Niners offense during high stakes?
Well, yeah. I mean, the way he played, yeah, definitely, dog. I think his team gonna stay strong for high stakes. He'll be around and he gonna contend. He gonna definitely be a force to be reckoned with. Cause nine of time can ball, man. Straight up, it is what it is. He don't speak too much. He don't talk too much, but dude is a baller, bro. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, he also got the
Good
key
wide
piece.
receivers.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he got some good wide receivers. I mean, great wide receivers. So,
Hopkins, he's still there.
good running game. Miles Phillips is a good solid piece back there. You know what I'm saying? And quarterback looking good. Josh Rosen doing what he gotta do. Yes indeed, man. Nine of time gonna be around, bro.
I would
Absolutely.
agree with that. I mean, he has a premier linebacker that people been trying to
Yeah.
trade for. Warner, he's a beast.
Yeah, Warner. Yeah, Warner
As
is
long as
the
you got
anchor.
that,
Yeah.
you can get some plays made.
Yes, Lord.
Is he a
Yep.
shoe in for the playoffs? Things are getting a little tougher right now. Tight.
At the theme of the show, it's all about the division. All he
Yep.
got to do is just split with Sweets,
That's
and
it.
then he sweep the other two, and then he got to just win what 4 games outside of the division. He's in.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah,
Yep.
but but
I feel
but
you.
he
That's
he
real.
he, he got a nice little scheme. He balls. His offense is always competitive.
Yep.
Even when his defense don't show up, I think he's gonna be there. He's gonna be in. I can't
Hmm.
think of no other teams in the NFC that's gonna like knock him out. You got you
No.
got your top dogs, and you got some guys like right there in the middle that's fighting for that last seed. But him and Swede's always battling to see who's gonna be the 2 or the 3 seed. I mean the 2 or the 5
Yep.
seed. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? So yeah, you can count them Niners being in, man.
All
Yes,
right, moving
sir.
on to next team. We got this guy. Defense seemed to get stronger, led by Lattimore. He did lose Cameron Jordan, so he lost a little spark on defense. And we know a thing or two about losing veterans on defense, like the Bengals did with Geno Atkins. All right, Taz. Without pressure coming to the quarterback, whatever. Does the Saints have enough, or is this division just playing tricks on him and gonna knock him out? Come high stakes time.
I think right now he is in control of his own destiny as far as the division goes.
Facts.
You know, you got C Rob who every now and then will pop up and take over, but I think just the inconsistency of the rest of the division is Marizi's division to run away with. especially in high stakes. So we shall see.
All right. This guy, like I said, you never know who's gonna show up. He knows the playbook. He made a mistake by letting him go and grabbing him again. We're talking about, the Saints coach. So, Sean Payton did retire and things like that, but he had some great assistants. All right, Todd, you've been in your playbook for a while, and you seem to be playing better and better, getting undefeated seasons, or at least going halfway to undefeated. Do the Saints have an automatic berth to the playoffs, at least?
I wouldn't call it automatic, but it's as close as automatic as you can get because it's the division. I like he's the only one in that division that's aggressive on trying to make his team better. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
don't sit around on a weakness and it's like, oh well, let me fix it and hope to get a scenario and then I'll be back at it again. He like, no man, I need a DN. Let me go trade some pieces that I don't want to trade to get one. So, you know what I'm saying? Nobody else in his division is being as aggressive as he is to, to try to make his team better. Because he know his weaknesses, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes his play calling is suspect,
Uh
but he's gonna find the right piece or two to gel to keep his team competitive. Like for a minute, it looked like C-Rod was gonna run away with the division. And then Marizi like, no, I'm not a loser, and he went and got some pieces and like, this mine. I'm gonna run this for the rest of the cycle. So, and right now how things looking in Tampa, eh, I don't know, man.
huh.
I don't know. And then the Atlanta can't get out their own way. You know what I'm saying?
Woo, man, Atlanta.
They
Atlanta need a new coach.
Atlanta ain't, yeah,
they
Atlanta ain't
yeah,
going
it's
nowhere.
it's not even the playbook. I don't. It's like sometimes we get stubborn in our ways, as older guys do, and we just don't want to accept change. you know.
Like me.
But I, I don't know what the problem is, but he can't get out his own way. We got a new Panthers owner that's trying to do a little bit, but he's not gonna get enough wins. And Marizi seemed to be taking over that division, man. They call him cheesy all they want to. He cheesy with them trades because he bringing in some good players, man. He done drafted a couple players that in positions that he was already deep in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. His philosophy is working for him. The playbook is working for him. And yes, I think he's gonna be the team to come out the NFC South come high stakes because I like his squad.
I do
Even
too.
though C. Rob my man, but C. Rob right now stuck in mud. He don't know what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? He's seeing down is up and up is down.
Okay, Solomon Kane, they gotta play your style too. Good defense, keep don't make too many mistakes on offenses unless you have to or whatever. He been playing pretty smart ball lately. Um,
Yeah,
I think this guy need a lot to go right for him. I think C-Rock got to be
he
cold. The
do.
Panthers got to go cold. Nasty
Yeah,
Newt
he
did
do.
beat him 40-0, but ever since then, he's been beating up on Nasty Newt. Is there anything
Yeah.
that can stop him? We already talked about all the positives. Can anything stop this guy from getting a postseason berth come high stakes?
Uh, well, if he can, the rest of his schedule, he got the Steelers next coming up. So if he can get past them and sweeps, the Lions might compete with him. But other than that, I don't even think the Panthers gonna compete with him. But
Woo!
yeah, I
Strong
think,
words.
dude, dude. Now the Marley nice. Don't get me wrong, but the Saints solid, man. They got a
It's
solid
solid.
squad. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see nothing getting in his way. I definitely think he gonna be in the playoffs for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
Strong,
rest of his
strong.
schedule tough, but he just got to get past those players, and he gonna be there. He ain't going
Okay,
nowhere.
right. Just like this next team we're gonna talk about, like you said about the Panthers. Next team got a chip on his shoulder. Some of the moves he made based on theory of the game, people disagree with, you know. But me and the Panthers, we have a chip on our shoulder. This next team is the Jets. The Jets are strong, well balanced on offense. Defense comes and goes. Um, been owning two guys in the division, the Bills and the Patriots. So that's kind of like four automatic wins. But it's them Dolphins. It's them Dolphins, and everybody knows that. And
Kryptonite.
can the
Yeah.
Jets can the Jets be the upset guy? Can he be the spoiler
Wee.
and take a playoff berth, Mr. Solomon Kane? Woo.
Hey, bruh,
Hey, it's March Madness.
uh,
It's gonna be June Madness, man. Whatever.
Hey man, I
Things
don't know,
happen.
man. You can make the playoffs. You definitely the Jets can definitely make the playoffs. Y'all got a good squad, but I don't know how far y'all will go in the playoffs because of the Dolphins is definitely and the AFC is loaded. If you make it
Loaded.
to the playoffs, bro, you're gonna be playing against a tough team. I'm not saying your team can't compete, but I think you'll make the. Definitely think you'll make the playoffs for sure.
All right, Taz,
Absolutely.
you was beating up on me during the beta time, but the last few times the Jets have had some fun against the Bengals. It's gonna be very exciting. What do Jets need to do right now between non-high states to make sure that he's a definite candidate for the playoffs?
Um,
What the Jets got to do? What?
Ooh,
um,
man,
what?
it's gonna be tough,
when you
bro.
look
It's gonna be
over that
tough.
Jets roster, you see
Yeah,
some big names
yeah,
who are
Past their
you would
prime.
think past their prime, but
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
somehow they go to New York and play for the schemer,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, you see old ass Michael Thomas, who 33 years old, 87 speed, 92 excel, balling like he's 23 still.
Like Randy Moss. Yeah,
So I have to give you props, Steve.
yeah.
You stick to what works for you.
Hmm.
But will you make it to the playoffs in high stakes? Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like
It's tough.
I
Hey,
always
It's a
say,
tough
I'm,
high
call.
stakes is a
Let's keep it
whole
Tough,
100.
different animal.
Hey, let's keep
tough
it
call.
real. Let's keep it
hey, keep it
You
real.
know,
real. Cause
keep
right
Taz,
now
keep
keeping
it
it,
Vegas,
real,
Vegas
Taz.
says
keep
no.
Yeah, yeah,
keeping
yeah,
it real. Like high
Woo!
stakes, a whole different animal. In the
yeah,
AFC, we already said it's already some consistent heavy hitters. Now it's going to be who steps out of the shadows in high stakes and makes themselves known. That's
Right,
going to be
Right,
Mm,
interesting.
right.
please,
right.
Lord.
And like I said about the
Yeah.
middle row, Redskins, Detroit, got the Jets, and another team we'll talk about later. That middle row that y'all see on this graphic is just exactly what Taz talking about. Can we come out of the shadows of our own division or just the competition we've been facing and shock the nation? And that's how I look at the Jets. We got a shock. And Taz, you get your take on the Jets because I'm in the shadows of the Dolphins right now. And it's like the Denver Broncos, it's been very
Yeah.
dark lately.
I want to talk my shite. I want to talk my shite about them Jets.
Shite.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking
Uh-oh.
my shite about them Jets. Let's keep it
What's good?
100.
Hey, it is
Bro.
what
They
it
ain't
is.
going to.
Yeah.
They ain't going to the playoffs.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh man.
Hey,
Oh, there you go. There you
I
go.
like
There
it.
you go.
Schema told me to do my homework for this, so I did
Mm-hmm.
my homework on these Jets, man.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
like you, Scheme. You ball, you
Yeah.
win games you shouldn't win, but you can't
Yeah.
get over those fans.
Yeah, and one
But
Yeah.
thing
Them
I've been doing
fans.
too,
Look.
and
now,
Solomon, go ahead.
Yeah.
okay, and then let's take keep it real. Let's keep it real. Now, you finished in second in your division, right? So
Right.
that means you got to play the second team in the South, which is either the Browns or the Steelers.
Right.
Ooh.
You haven't beaten
Man.
either one of them. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean the
Uh,
South. No, I mean that's the North. That's the North. The
that's
Browns
the
and
North.
Steelers. That's the
Yeah,
North.
I knew what you were
You
saying.
haven't beaten one of them, so you done lost two to the Dolphins. Now you done lost one of them.
I
Then
beat
we go
Brewster
to
last time.
the AFC South,
Uh huh.
which would be the Jaguars.
Right.
You haven't had too much luck with those
Oh
Jaguars. So that's
God.
another loss.
Uh.
Then we go to the West. We go to the West. Well, who it is? That's one of three teams: the Raiders, the Chiefs, or the Chargers, depending on which one want to finish second that season. And you haven't had too much luck with them. So that's four plus those three losses. That's five losses off the bat. You win your
Yeah.
two games against the Patriots and the Bills, but no, you ain't getting in the playoffs, dog. I'm sorry.
I feel you, dog. I feel you, dog.
It's deep in that AFC, bro. That
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
AFC
deep.
is tough, bro.
It's deep.
It is, bro. You
So
got the Raiders right there, bro. I mean,
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
it's tough. It's tough.
Just the second place team. You haven't had to just like the Dolphins. You haven't beaten us, and you haven't beat no second place teams. So
Man.
where you gonna get these wins to get in the playoffs? Because you know you got to have double digit wins, and even with the double digit wins, you still might not make it.
Right, you're right. Because I did win 12 games one year. That's the year I did beat the Steelers. But as of late, you're right. I think Bruce. I don't know what Bruce showed up last time we played. I did get win against him, but like you're right. Overall, me and Bruce battle. We battle. You know, I got two
Yeah.
wins against him this cycle, and he got like two or three against me. Me
Hmm.
and the Raiders have split. It's them Chargers I'm worried about because the Chargers beat me, man. You know, shut me out 31-0, and I had a high-powered offense. You know, that was just 2 3 seasons ago. The one time I did go at 12-4. I've been getting like 9 wins. I even got 10 wins, like you said, not getting in. We'll find our way to get 8 wins. They coming. They gonna come. We got to find out how to get 3 or 4 more wins, like we did not too long ago. So
Yeah.
we did improve our team speed. So we'll see. Um,
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll improve the team speed. Like Steelers said, can we separate from these heavy hitters? Because all these heavy hitters, they got corners that stick to you like glue. The Browns,
Yes,
you
indeed.
got the Dolphins, Jacksonville. Those cornerbacks stick to you like glue. So you got to come up with a plan to get away from them. All right, moving
Yes, sir.
on to the next guy. This guy might go 16-0 high stakes season like he did last time. Is
Mm.
Bear shoe in for the playoffs type? You know this guy real well. You guys elaborate a lot. You know him inside and out, like the back of your hand. Is Bus gonna turn it up a notch and take first place in that division, or settle for a wild card? And can he get to the Elite Eight out of the wild card game?
See, that's easy. Yes, yes, he's gonna be in the playoffs next year. He's he's gonna win. He might actually win the division come high stakes, but to get that playoff win, that's a different animal. You know what I'm saying? I would give him the playoffs, but I can't give him a playoff win. You know what I'm saying? He got some pieces over there. He's been working on some things this season, but I don't know what happened to Bus once he get in the playoffs. But regular season, oh, he's gonna handle business and make it. He might actually sweep the Packers next year. But
Ooh.
when he beat them in the playoffs when they play, I can't say.
All right, Taz. You guys, as team Bears and Bengals, are pretty much got the same philosophy. Stay young, get rid of the old heads. Oh, is that gonna bite him? Does he need a couple of veteran players? Like you said, I got a couple of 30-year-old old heads to kind of teach them boys so they can say, hey, you know what? We're going into the playoffs. We need to be ready. We need some veteran leadership. Does he need a couple of veterans on the team, or is he, good just the way he is?
I think he's good where he's at. I
Okay,
mean,
all right.
he went young early enough that now
Mm-hmm.
you know those are veterans that he got.
Okay, I agree.
So now it's just a matter of Bus playing Bus ball and
Yeah.
sticking to what works and just he knows his opponents. So he just has to be ready for it.
I
The
agree.
rest is just kind of out of his hands.
Yes, sir.
All right, Solomon Kane. You got a guy named Snow on your team. This guy named
Yeah.
Barkley been balling at safety. I mean, at a Snow type level. I saw Snow get a pick the other
Hmm.
day, but Barkley, last time I checked, was leading the league in interceptions. I mean, Barkley's balling.
Yeah.
You got Catchings who's injured, who will be back for high stakes. Like Taz said, they might be young and right now, but they still play like veterans. Is Bus strong
Hmm.
team strong enough to overcome guys like Pollard or Samuels or the Detroit? Can he stop from
Yeah.
the Vikings with Ralph from this getting a major upset against him? Is he really ready for high stakes?
I think his team, with another draft coming, yeah, I think, Bus in a good position. As far as now, if he can keep his running backs healthy, I think he looked like he didn't lost like 3 running backs, so
Yeah,
that
all
might
of them,
hurt him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
all
and
of
he
them.
didn't lost some crucial running backs too. I'm talking about these guys is definitely uh, they can make a difference in his offense. So I don't know how long they hurt for. I didn't check that, but
They'll be
yeah,
back in three
Bus.
weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. They'll probably be around just in time, but he'll make a run. He'll make a run if he can get past. The thing about it, man, them Packers, bro.
Whew.
winning 5 Super Bowls in a dynasty, bro. That's saying something. That's saying a lot. So
Oh yeah.
only thing I think can stop him is Embro. I mean, as far as getting anywhere, going too far in the playoffs, you got to see the boss, dog. And Embro the boss. I don't care what nobody say, dog. Dude, the boss of the dynasty right now, fam. It is what it
Yeah,
is. You
Mhm.
that's
dig?
true.
You can take it how you want to take it. Dude is the boss, bro. So that's it. He running that. So Buster have to, Bus play a good game. Buster's got to do what he got to do. Keep his running backs. If he can keep them boys healthy, man, he can compete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He can definitely compete. You know what I'm saying? So, we'll see what happens.
Hey, like I
Well,
said, regular season, yeah, he
yeah, he
might
ball.
tweak out
He
some
ball.
wins against him, but come playoffs,
Yeah,
you got to see the boss, right?
yeah. You got to
That's
see the
right.
boss, dog. It is what it is. It come down to the come down. Ambrose the
Yeah.
boss. I'm gonna just put it like it is, dog.
I agree with
It
that. And
is. So,
coming up on this next
yeah,
team, when it comes running
yeah,
the ball, he's one of the bosses. We talking about the
yeah,
pesky New York Giants. All right, Todd, you know a
yeah.
thing or two about having two running backs in the backfield. Go ahead and let them know who's been the leaders in the backfield for the Giants.
Oh no, hey, Barkley and McKinley, that
Mhm.
dude, he's the boss. That's the boss. Nah,
Tough,
this
bro.
guy,
Yeah, he
he's
a
a bad
dog.
man. He's a
He a
bad
dog.
man.
Bad, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he a dog.
the
He a
Giants
dog.
got some players on offense, man, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna make the playoffs come high stakes. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
He can run the ball. It looked nice and pretty, putting up stats and everything, but them W's don't
Yeah.
always come with it.
Hey.
And he got
Go
to be
ahead.
he got to be expert twice, at least once, under twice, or at least once.
It's
And
tough.
yeah, it's tough. I don't see him making the playoffs come high stakes, man. Hey, he's a good team. He's fun to watch, but
Yeah, he
no,
is fun
he's
to
gonna be
watch.
on the outside looking in, picking around 15 to 20.
You agree with that,
mm,
Taz? You agree, Taz?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean,
yeah.
the division he's in. He's not winning that division, and
Mm-hmm.
the odds of him getting a wild card out of that division not gonna happen. You
Whew,
know,
man.
he
Strong
has
words.
he got those two nice running backs, and it looks like he started working on a third.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Yeah.
else is he doing at that point?
Yeah.
Now I ain't gonna lie,
He
his defense has quietly gotten real good. Um,
yeah,
we play every preseason, and that defense has gotten tough. But yeah, what else you gonna do? It's just, I mean, maybe if he was in another division, he could maybe squeak a wild card out. But no, not in the division he's in. No, not gonna happen.
It's gonna be real. Yeah, it's gonna be real tough. You know, Solomon Kane know a thing or two about safeties too. Peppers is a guy to watch out for too. I like Peppers. You
yeah,
know,
Pepper solid.
to me,
Yeah.
I think he's solid at safety, right along with
Mm-hmm.
Snow, Barkley, Adams and stuff like that. I mean, the guy balls, but I mean,
Yes,
I'm just
sir.
saying in terms of numbers. But I think right now, Jabril Peppers gonna have a solid season, just like Snow.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Now,
indeed.
the Giants style of ball, so once again, Solomon Kane would love to sit down and watch the Giants in the playoffs.
Oh
But
yeah,
can he get there,
absolutely.
Solomon Kane? Can he get there?
Nah, man.
Woo!
I don't see it, bro. Nah, right now he's sitting at 3-4, right? He at the bottom of the division right now, which is still kind of early in the season. It ain't over for him yet, but I just don't think he gonna make it, bro. That's just
Somebody got
me.
to step up
You know what I'm
receivers.
saying?
Somebody got to have a breakout
Somebody got to,
season.
yeah. He got some running backs. I don't know why. He should have probably went and got some more wide receivers. But I mean,
Hmm.
you don't need no more running backs when you got Barkley. You don't need nobody else. You can get you a little somebody out of free agency. You know what I'm saying, to back him up. Dude a beast. Dude don't even go down a lot. But yeah, I don't think he have them wide receivers. He need a little help at wide receiver for sure. He gonna have to throw that ball.
Oh yeah.
Everybody got to throw the ball in the dynasty. I don't care who you are. You gonna have to throw the ball. Even tight got to throw the ball here and there. So
And
it
special
is
teams
what
ain't
it
gonna
is.
save you either all the time because
Nah, you ain't.
McKinley been running
Yeah.
some kicks back on, kickoff too. That's been a savior for
Yes,
him.
sir.
So come
Yes,
high
sir.
stakes, I think them kickoff returns gonna come real slim. I don't think it's gonna happen no more in
Yeah.
high stakes, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Yes,
this
sir.
guy, this next team we're talking about, he knows a thing or two about big plays and scoring in one play. We're talking about Mr. KP himself, the real KP with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Right now the
Hmm.
Chiefs, a lot of people doubt him right now because, you know, he won titles in the past, but it's what have you done for me lately? All right, Ty, you
Right.
like KP give you trouble sometimes. Is Chiefs a shoe in for the playoffs, or is this too much of a hurdle in the AFC West as they get stronger?
Man, I think these next three teams, just need to put all of them together because you're gonna get the same answer for each one of them.
Yeah.
Bro.
You never know which one of them want to win the division that year. All of them got their strengths, they got their weaknesses, but it's always a jumbled mess at the top of the AFC West. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. Bars. Hey,
Trying not to.
hey, but
Go ahead, bro.
you
Go
know what
ahead,
I'm
go ahead, go
saying?
ahead.
I'm,
Yeah, yeah,
you might as
yeah.
well like KP got the receivers and the passing games. He lost Aaron Donald, but you know what I'm saying, he started off 0-3. Now he's starting to catch his groove and he's winning. Vitamin got the running game that's running through the division. And he got them dogs on defense. He got them
Hmm.
dogs on
Right
defense
about that.
that keep him in
Bro.
games. And
Yeah.
then the Raiders got that air raid, and nobody's like, he stopped himself. He'll be hot one game and throw for like 5 touchdowns. Then the next game he'll throw for 5 interceptions. These three teams are the same. The same. You don't know which one of them gonna go to the playoffs. I don't know which one of it is. Maybe two. You
Okay,
know what I'm
now,
saying?
now,
I just
now,
don't know which one of them is gonna be from out the West.
right
Hmm.
now, my take on these
Yeah.
three teams, I definitely have to go with the Chargers because he's the one guy that has, like you said, the dogs on defense. They're right there. Both are gonna be coming. You got Dorian James causing fumbles, so I think he'll be the team that really wins that division come high stakes. And now, like as we elaborate on these three teams, Taz, who stands out to you the most between the Chiefs, Raiders, and Chargers?
It
It's
it
tough.
depends who shows up.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, it really does. It just depends who decides to show up early and then stay consistent, throughout the season. So it it's a crapshoot between the three. It really is. This is one of those where it's so hard to pick just one.
Right.
I just shake them dice and throw them out there and see who comes up.
Well, yeah, cause KP man, he coming. The Raiders very fundamentally sound, always shows up, then disappear and show up again, kind of like all these teams. Who you picking coming out the West, Solomon Kane?
Man, I'm going with the Raiders, though. Straight up.
All right,
I
the
respect
Raiders.
KP. You know what I'm saying?
He
I
did draft
respect
Cohen out the
KP to
draft at
the
cornerback.
fullest. Yes, sir. I respect homie, man. You know, he a solid player, good owner,
Whew.
good dude. You know what I'm saying? But the Raiders, bro, they 6-1 right now, bro. They
With a
balling.
new coach in town.
So exactly, with a new coach in town, fresh playbook. You know, so I definitely think the Raiders gonna take this here, dog. This this
All
this
right.
is this is division this year.
Okay, we got two teams like Ty said. Might as well talk about these two teams at the same time because these probably gonna be the two teams that can probably contend with the Saints. We got the Panthers and the Bucks stuff to talk about. Um, are they just like just gonna be like a tough hurdle, or will they be or will they make other teams become the hurdle and punch their ticket into postseason for high stakes type? What you think,
Yeah, you're
Ty?
off mute, tight. You're on mute.
They not going to
Yeah,
the playoffs, but they gonna spoil the party for somebody else. You know what I mean? 'Cause
yeah.
styles make fights, and Marizi style trumps C Rob style. You know what I'm saying? He always have problems with Marizi, but he can beat the other two teams in this division. And then the
Okay.
Panthers, the new guy, we really don't know. He got a couple wins, he made a couple trades, so he's winning games. But I think the Panthers and Bucks are just gonna be the one that's gonna spoil it for somebody else not making the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna make it, but they're gonna keep other people out of it.
Can one of these teams make it, Taz? I think C-Rock got a lot of pieces, to contend with. If he called the right plays, I think the Panthers, he's more of a defensive minded type guy. He did get Adams. He still has Jackson at corner. It's just, I mean, we still got an off season to go too. Are they one piece away or it don't matter?
No, it's too hard to be one piece away at this point in time. Because I mean, we got the draft. Like you can draft a baller this year. You can draft the X Factor, but he's not going to play like an X Factor yet.
Right.
So no, they're not going to make the playoffs. Now they can play spoiler and mess it up for somebody else on the way, but as far as them making the playoffs, no, they gonna have a beer in their hand, sitting on the couch watching the playoffs
Right
with the
next
rest
to
of
me.
us.
Right next to me. Yep, come on, take a seat right here, dog. Come take a seat right here.
All
Come
right,
on.
Solomon, can you
It's
know a
all
thing or two
good.
about leaning on the running back? You got McCaffrey. You
Yeah.
got Ronald Jones playing for the Bucks. Can they lean on those two guys and punch their ticket to the promised land?
Man.
I think I
Not
heard your answer
now.
earlier. I think I heard your answer earlier.
Yeah. He come take a seat, bro. Let's get comfortable right here next to me. I got beers, I got Hennessy, I got some jambalaya, crawfish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, oh
You got
yeah.
some,
bro.
Jack
I
the
got
blueberry lemonade.
I can make that. We can get
Ah,
that. We can order
yeah.
that. We can order that. We can
Yes.
order that.
I will
We
be
can order
there
that.
as soon as I lose in the
Come
playoffs.
on, man. Come on.
Because I'm going to the playoffs. I don't know how many wins I'm going to get in the playoffs, but I'm going to the playoffs. And as soon as I
shit. Nah, don't
lose,
say that,
I'm
man.
coming
Come
to
on,
see
man.
you.
Don't
I
say
want,
that.
I
Man.
want
We'll
the
be all right.
Jack. I want the Jack and the blueberry lemonade.
I got you, brother. I got you. I got some
All
roasted
right.
peanuts over here. Yeah, we gonna chill out. We gonna watch the Super Bowl. Embro against the Buccaneers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not the Buccaneers, the Browns. You know,
Right.
since you ain't gonna be there, we gonna just say the Browns gonna be there. So
All right.
it is what it is. Yeah.
Now, any thoughts on any thoughts on some of these teams they may be eliminated early? Sometimes it be week 10, 11, you already out. Or you
Yeah,
think
but
all
we-
these teams we listed will still be fighting for a spot come week 10, 11, or 12? Who has
Yeah,
the
gotta
all
keep-
of them.
who's gonna be out of
Can I keep it
contention by
real?
that time? Go ahead.
JETS.
I knew it was coming.
Okay, that's your pick.
It's like-
That's your pick to
I
be
knew
out
it
of
was
contention
coming.
first. All right, Taz. What's your pick? What team is your pick to be out of contention first?
Out of this whole list,
Out of this whole list, who's gonna be out of contention first? Because you know 11, 12, week 11, 12, you could be out already. You might as well just go ahead and pack it in.
oh man, I mean, the Giants.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It's
that.
possible. It's very possible. But that wouldn't be no.
Giants, Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
about you, Solomon
I
Kane?
was talking trash. I was talking trash.
I was gonna say the
think
Giants for
Jets-
sure.
Giants for sure. Man.
The Giants, you know, the Jets definitely on my list. Looking at what you want to be up against. Yeah, you 4-4 right now. I didn't look at the rest of the schedule, but yeah, the Giants for sure. I want to say the Redskins, but I think I don't want to count him out so early. But it could be Redskins going down early too, bro.
This is a tough one for me. This is a real tough
It's
because
tough.
I
It's
think
a tough.
I think everybody has a legitimate shot. And, you know, people gonna have a
Yeah.
chip on their shoulder, more to play for.
Right.
And there's two teams we didn't even mention. HBO got,
Yeah.
you know, like I said earlier in the cycle, year one, he'll make the playoffs 1 year and
Man,
never again.
whoa. Don't you dare say the Ravens got a chance.
Wait, did he say HBO?
Hell no.
No, he
He
got,
don't even got
no,
a
no.
chance there.
I'm not saying
He
that. I
got
said
a
chip on the
chance
shoulder.
in hell,
A chip.
drenched in gasoline,
I ain't say he gonna make
lighter
it.
fluid
I said a
draws
chip.
on.
He made the playoffs the one time I said he would. He never been back. So far my theory's been correct. But I hate to say a name. You know that. Golly, it's so tough, man. But
The
you know what?
Buccaneers, definitely.
Based on the division he's in, I'm gonna say the first person out of contention, and it's gonna be tough to say this: the Lions.
What?
He may be the first team out of
Yeah.
contention.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
But I think I'm talking trash when I say it in JETS. You know, so I gotta have a little bit
It's
more
all
respect
good.
on my division.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's gonna be out of the Panthers or the Buccaneers, man.
The
Out of
Buccaneers
contention.
ain't going.
And I would have.
Yeah,
The
out
Raiders
of
got it.
contention early.
And this is a coaching league. I would have picked the Raiders, you know, or maybe I don't know what Steelers team gonna show up, but I know right now they made coaching changes. Those coaching changes gonna prevail the Steelers and the Raiders. You don't want them on their schedule right now. If they had the same coaches from last year, I might would say those would be the two teams out of contention. But this is a coaching league. So right now, I think Pittsburgh and the Raiders have picked coaches that are going to be a force to reckon with. We'll see.
Right.
So, any more thoughts before we end the show, fellas?
Well,
Hey,
I want my Saints. I know that shit.
Yeah, I'm fighting for the
Let me
Rams,
get my
y'all.
Saints, man. Somebody, let me get
I'm
my
fighting
Saints.
for the Rams.
You know
So
what
we'll
I'm
see what
saying?
happens.
Just let me get my Saints, dog.
hey, this
Somebody
this
be
is a fun
nice and let an
cycle.
old head have
Yeah,
his,
yeah.
his
Let me
Bengals
just
one more
yeah.
cycle. That's it.
That's
Y'all can
all
y'all
I
can,
ask.
y'all can take
Hey.
them after that.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Let me get my lefty, man. Tua Tagovailoa.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, yeah.
Tagovailoa. There it
Stop it,
is.
tight.
I
Stop it,
want
tight.
I want Tua
Stop that.
Tagovailoa.
You
You
gonna
know
I
what I'm
have
heard
your
saying?
that.
team, man.
You
You
know
gonna
what I'm
have
saying?
your
So
team.
I'm coming for. I'm gonna give it everything I got for Hot States to try to get my boy Tua Tagovailoa. And
He gonna be nice with y'all too.
but hey, this was a fun cycle, fellas. I'm glad we made it through. I'm glad that we
Yes,
spent.
sir.
It showed the depth of this league that we
Right.
knocking out the
Right.
last these weeks at the pace we are this deep in the cycle. So
Yeah, we
hey,
balling.
word up to everybody in the dynasty. Hey, y'all keep it up, man.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Appreciate y'all.
fellas.
Yes, sir. I
All right,
appreciate
keep it
all the
real.
dudes that put in the work too, man. All y'all that that run the league, man.
Dion putting
Putting
in a
in the
lot of
work,
work.
Dion. Yeah, man. All y'all
No,
boys, man. Salute,
Chris
man, to
Murray,
all y'all, bro.
Bus.
I appreciate y'all for real.
Tazarelli.
Everybody, Taz,
Yes,
everybody,
sir.
Yeah,
man. Y'all know who
Taz.
y'all are. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all make it sound like a funeral now, man. It's supposed to be happy times.
Good
For
luck to
real.
everybody, and
Bino.
Hell yeah.
Good luck,
just
man. It's anybody's game.
take
It's
that
June
L against
Madness.
the Bengals.
Yeah, yeah. Don't take the Saints, whatever you do. All right, I give you $20. All right, holler back. We can go up a little bit more. I ain't going past 100 now. All right.
Whoa, that's a big. That's a big. A little bit more from
Yeah,
20
I
to
might,
1.
I might put 100. I might put up 100. Come see me, though. I
Started
got
sound like
stimulus check
HBO, man.
money, you know.
Oh, true.
Got stimulus check money right here. Shit, I got it right here.
And don't forget
Yeah.
about the
All
other
right.
12 teams. We might do another show to talk about the 12 teams that didn't make the show. Is there, what can they do to get better or whatever? Make the list.
Yeah, I
But
gotta,
Nothing.
yeah,
nothing.
gotta
Yeah.
stop getting sacked. Shit. All right.
Speaking for them, they done.
They're
Yeah,
done.
we done.
Y'all heard
It
it,
is what it
folks.
is.
All right,
Yep.
we out.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.